I called it. Ha! I called it. Hey guys, Youngblood007 here, bringing you guys another YouTube commentary. Now this time, I'm bringing you guys a little something that a lot of you guys have probably already heard about, and so I'm just going to throw out my little take on it. So, the new release trailer for Black Ops 3 came out today. I watched it, and I called it, you guys. Now, as right now, we've been told that it's not exactly boost jumping, but from what I saw, it looks pretty similar to boost jumping, if not boost jumping. So I don't know who they're trying to fool here, but what I saw boost jumping. So I don't know. But either way, a lot of people were talking about, like, a lot of professional Call of Duty players were talking. No, they're not gonna. They know that they won't have boost jumping in this. No way. Yeah, I knew they were going to. It's pretty obvious, you know. As soon as one Call of Duty comes out with something, every other Call of Duty after that comes out with something. So, you know, it was pretty expected. You know, it wasn't like something like, oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. No, like, we knew, everyone knew that it was gonna happen, and if more people were listening to me, they wouldn't have been as freaked out about it as they are right now. So I watched the trailer, as I already said, and I just want to go over a couple of things that I saw in there, you know, some of the new features and such. So first of all, this is purely futuristic tech, and we're getting in this one. Completely all futuristic. Some of the games might be similar to other things we've seen before, but for the most part, it's all futuristic. And like, even their bodies are like, what they're doing in this one is they're kind of meshing together the link between robots and humans, but they're putting them, like, they're taking human limbs off, or people that have been injured, and they're replacing them with robot limbs, and like fully customizable robot limbs. You can do different things with them, like the specialist categories. Like, there's like different specialist classes you can use. One of them is the Reaper class, which, if you saw it, was when his hand changed into like machine gun and he's like firing at people. It's pretty exciting when you think about it, because it's like the death machine but in his arm. I don't know, something to think about. Another thing to think about is the rest of the classes, which you might have seen in there as well. One of them is called the Magnum pistol, which is a pistol you can basically snipe people from across the map. It's a really, really powerful pistol, and it's part of the specialist class. Now, I don't know if they're going to be score streaks or if they're actually going to be classes, because if they're just classes, then, you know, I don't know, there could be like just like people taking advantage of that and only using that. Now, if they only had it for a certain amount of time, and then you would have to switch off it to your other class and then switch back, you know, that'd be more not as OP, I should say. And the next one is the slam attack, which you saw the girl jumping off of with having the two stakes in her hand and coming down. That's what the slam attack is. And basically it's just like Exo Slam, but except you have two like spears almost, and you come down and you stab them. Next one is the compound bow, which a compound bow you also saw in there. It's just like you would think a compound bow, you know, you shoot fire. That could also be OP, but I wouldn't know about like a bow being OP, but I think like that's like armor piercing armor tips, I guess. And then next we have the insects. Now, if you guys saw in the trailer, which I will link below if I didn't already say that, or if I didn't say that already, the insects are a, like, they say it's from the campaign only, but it could also be a score streak. And what they do is you can see it going down his arm and coming out, like a white thing going down his arm and come out. And it's like he just releases insects that feed off of the other people and set them on fire, like the enemies. That's not the only score streaks you'll possibly be getting. Another one is the spike gun, which the spike gun is like an explosive type gun where you fire it and then it hits the ground, it blows up, but it also shoots off a bunch of different spikes out at people, and it looks pretty cool. Like you'll see that from the campaign if you saw like that gun, then like the car blew up and the guy's like limbs went bloody everywhere. That's what that was. That was the spike gun, and it was shooting spikes out of him. That's why he went bloody everywhere. And then next is the thrust slide. The thrust slide is another movement mechanic, and it is basically you can like slide across the ground. You saw the guy doing it in the trailer when he was sliding across the ground and turning at the same time. You can slide across the ground, turn, and fire all at the same time. So that's kind of cool as well. It took EXO slides to a whole new level. Next is another major movement, which is the wall running. Now the wall running is pretty cool. They took it from Titanfall, but it doesn't really matter because it's awesome either way. And what it is you know, you just like what you would hear, you know, it's what you would think. It's you really run at an angle, jump onto a wall, and he runs across the wall for a certain amount of time, and then once he gets to the point where he can't run across the wall anymore, he starts to slide down. He doesn't completely fall off right away, but he slides down until you have to jump to the next one. And then there's also the boost punching. Now that was a shot from the campaign you saw where the guy's like, whoa, and he punched him. That was from the campaign, but they also have what's, you know, I don't know, it could be something in the multiplayer. A lot of people, including myself, are hoping it's not, because it's almost like to bring back Commando, but with the punching. I don't know, I wouldn't really like that, because Commando from MW2 was so OP. Like, you could knife a person from like almost across the map. It was just ridiculous. Like, there's no point to it, and in my personal opinion, I think they should not have that. Now in the campaign, it's fine because you can be as OP as you want in the campaign. It doesn't really matter. You have to kill like 1,000 guys anyways, so it doesn't really matter that much to me. But to have in the campaign might be way OP and would cause a lot of people to freak out somewhat. And then next is the robots. The robots are the worst enemy in the campaign, the hardest enemy you have to go against. They are completely, they're just like humans, but like, you know, if you saw the new movie, what's that new movie where the guy is designing a robot and like turns, I don't know, it's like some weird movie, but they look just like those robots. Or if you think of iRobot, it's kind of like that as well, but not as futuristic, I guess you could say. And the last thing that you saw from the campaign, at least I saw in the campaign, was the r.a.p.s Rolly Ball, which is another score streak. We think it's another score streak, and it basically just rolls out and seeks our players and kills them, just like dogs would. So yeah, that's my review, and I'm kind of excited about Black Ops 3. I hope you guys are too. If you are, let me know in the comments what you thought. Check out my Twitter, Facebook, facial updates, and more. Subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.